Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Dakota Amy Rose Wooten, and I teach vocal feminization and masculinization from speech to singing, and I also help run a Discord community, Linguistics. Our server has a ton of completely free resources for you to check out, from workshops, modules, practice lounges, and public chatable lessons that you can listen in on. We also have an active community of many knowledgeable people who can give you feedback. So if you end up liking the content in this video, please check out Linguistics below. So to start off this video, contrary to the title, I'm not actually going to be spending a ton of time talking about range expansion. If you're trying to make your voice more masculine, pitch is not the most important thing to focus on. What I'm actually going to be talking about is what I consider to be the most important aspect of vocal masculinization, and that's vocal weight. This isn't to say that increased vocal weight won't help you increase lower notes. It will, but pitch isn't really the most important aspect of what we're doing right now. So anyways, what is vocal weight? Well, I'm using this term to describe the heaviness or intensity of a voice. Let me demonstrate what that quality sounds like. So I'm going to go light to heavy. So at the end I went back to light, but you can hear, I'm going to demonstrate one more time. Now, I know this sounded a little bit silly, but if we take that same sound and apply a more masculine vocal tract configuration, like with a lower larynx and an expanded oropharynx, you can see how this now sounds much more masculine. And now I'm speaking around the same pitch that I was before, but because I have this more masculine vocal tract configuration, you can hear how I sound much more masculine. So again, this is just to show that pitch really isn't that important. It has much more to do with your vocal weight and your resonance. So I want you to notice how my voice gradually went from sounding really soft to really buzzy. This quality is a result of the vocal folds becoming thicker and spending more time in the closed position of the glottal cycle. I'll actually be showing a diagram on the left side of the screen of what I'm talking about. So you can see right here, this is a thin fold configuration. So the vocal folds are a little more thinned out. They're not spending a whole lot of time in that closed phase. And then you can see in the next image that the vocal folds are thicker and they're spending more time in that closed portion of the glottal cycle. This quality can be referred to and measured in a few different ways, one of which is closed quotient, or its sister, open quotient, which is a measure of the amount of time that the vocal folds spin closed during phonation. Now, most people don't have the tools to literally measure this quantity themselves. However, we do know from research that it is strongly correlated with an increase in vocal intensity. Another way that you can refer to this quality is fold thickness, which is also correlated with an increase in vocal intensity or a flatter spectral tilt. Now, if you're confused by this terminology, don't worry. It's not super important to know the specifics of this for what we're actually practicing. The reason I'm actually mentioning all of these terms is because other voice teachers may refer to these qualities with different terminology, and I just want my resources to be cross-compatible with those other teachers. Just know that all of these terms, while technically referring to different things, are all being used to refer to the same change in vocal quality. So there's two main exercises that I like to use to do this. One of them is pitch slides. So you start from a high pitch and then you slide down. The second one is a vocal weight gradient. So I'm going to demonstrate these right now. So with pitch slides, you want to slide down in pitch as low as you can while still increasing the buzziness or heaviness of your voice. Now, you will notice that you're likely going to get louder when doing this, and that's okay, but keep in mind that if you're getting super loud, it might be because you're pushing out too much air. If you have this issue, try reducing the amount of air you're pushing out while still going down in pitch and leaning in on that vocal weight to make your voice buzzier.
So here's an example of me with a lot of vocal weight where I'm also pushing out a lot of air, so it sounds really loud. And then this is what it's like if I'm pushing out less air, and you can still hear that it sounds really buzzy, but I'm not going as loud.
Alright, so now let's do the exercise.
Now I'm talking with more vocal weight.
just keep practicing. Keep doing that exercise until you're able to consistently get to that coordination. So once you've gotten that coordination down, you can practice reading from either Wikipedia articles, just talking about something you're interested in. Doesn't really matter what it is that you're reading or what you're talking about. What's important is that you're practicing your voice.
All penguins have a white belly and a dark, mostly black back. This is a type of camouflage to help keep them safe when they swim because it makes them blend in with their background.
So, sounded kind of funny, right? But that's actually what you want. Even if it doesn't sound exactly how you want it to sound right now, just know that with that combined with other factors can lead you to getting the masculine voice you want. And if you want to see what those other factors are, you can also check out my Transmasculine Voice in 8 Minutes guide. It's not going as in depth into vocal fold thickness / closed quotient / vocal weight. However, it does also cover larynx height and embouchure, which can really help you fully bring together the masculine voice that you want. So something I forgot to mention about the pitch slides is that once you slide down there, if you frequently find yourself when you inflect back up unable to maintain that vocal weight, you find yourself feminizing your voice, what you can do is try and do that pitch slide again, but drag the vocal weight back up. So let me give an example. Now I'm speaking with more vocal weight, but higher up. Or I can even take my pitch up even higher with more vocal weight again. The second exercise that we can do is a vocal function exercise or a vocal weight gradient. So we can start soft, we can start light, and then gradually try and increase the amount of vocal weight that we have. Now to do this, I recommend when you first start trying to do this, you exhale a large amount of air before you begin. This will help you resist the urge to push out more air to get louder. So, while getting louder by pushing out more air will make you sound louder, it won't increase your vocal weight. So, essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase our loudness without pushing out more air. Again. Then, once you've gotten that exercise down, you can do the same thing that I recommended with the pitch slides. So you can then go on to read from a passage or just talk about something that you really like. So I'm going to go back to the simple Wikipedia article on penguins. Oh, also, before you attempt to read with this coordination, make sure you're able to actually consistently get to it with the vocal weight gradient without doing the exhale. So if you're able to do it without the exhale, you're good to go. If you're not able to, keep trying until you're able to do it without exhaling. So the reason being is you don't want to go and then try and talk, but you have like no air left, right? So again, make sure that you're able to do this without doing the exhale, and then you can try this.
All penguins have a white belly and a dark, mostly black back. This is a type of camouflage to help keep them safe when they swim.
So it sounds kind of funny, it sounds kind of silly, but that's again because I haven't applied that masculine vocal tract, that lower larynx and larger oropharynx. Don't feel bad if you don't get these exercises right the first time. These are both really difficult. Keep practicing doing these gradients and these pitch slides, whichever you prefer. Getting better at this takes time. You may find this easier to do first thing in the morning. Be sure to take advantage of morning voice and use that time to explore playing around with your voice and to explore having more vocal weight. So I hope this guide helped y'all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them below in the comments section and I'll try and get back to you. And again, if you have any questions, you can always feel free to check out Synguistics. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. If you're able to, no pressure. I really appreciate any donations sent my way. My Ko-Fi account. So both go towards increasing the video quality. As you can see, my webcam isn't exactly in pristine condition. Doesn't exactly show a super clear picture. So if you want to help increase the production quality of these videos, please donate. It'll also go towards me being able to transition and get laser. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. And again, please check out Linguistics below. Bye.